My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But, fun fact, I was not allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid. And because of that, I always thought this show was like super inappropriate, but I found out later in life my mom just didn't let me watch it because she thought it was the most annoying show ever. So I have zero nostalgia for the show, I have zero nostalgia for the characters, and this movie's actually pretty good. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Tom Kenny's voice as SpongeBob is just so iconic, and he does a really good job here. He brings plenty of energy and personality to this character, and he stands out. Bill Fagabaki does a pretty good job. He can be quite funny when needed. Clancy Brown, I thought, did a pretty good job as well. Roger Bumpass does a pretty decent job. Mr. Lawrence is very good as Plankton. Some of his line deliveries are just pitch perfect. Joe Talley does a good job. Jeffrey Tambor does a pretty decent job as King Neptune. And Scarlett Johansson does a perfectly fine job as Mindy, but she just doesn't sound like Mindy to me. Like, I was surprised to hear that was Scarlett Johansson. Like, really? Mindy's voice and Scarlett Johansson's voice is so different for me. But she still does a fine job. David Hasselhoff is so good here. I like how he's willing to be this type of character within this movie. He just fully embraces the humor, and I liked how he was having fun with this character, and Alec Baldwin does a perfectly fine job. So nobody's like great here, but everybody does a good job. And I do think this movie is very funny. I just like this type of over the top, absurd humor, and it mostly works for me. Um, I like when Plankton is, oh, I did all my plans from plan A to plan Y, and then he finds out about plan Z. That's a really funny moment. I like how he sets Mr. Krabs up for the theft of King Neptune's crown. That's a funny gag. I like the scene where SpongeBob and Patrick are driving past all the skeletons and bones, and then there's a sign that says free ice cream. It's so obviously a trap, but the humor works really well there. I like the scene where SpongeBob and Patrick get their mustaches and become men. That's a pretty funny sequence. So this movie does make me laugh enough. I think the animation looks quite nice. It can be vibrant when needed, and there is some interesting stylistic choices. There's one shot in particular near the end that reminded me of the Alex Winters movie Freaked. And also, maybe it's just me, but when SpongeBob and Patrick are under the lamp and they're drying up and SpongeBob arms fall off, it reminds me of the scene in Beetlejuice where Barbara and Adam are getting exercised. Just some of the visuals there totally align for me. And I think the story is pretty decent. The King Neptune's crown plot, it's fine, it's whatever. I do like Plankton's plan of mind controlling everyone. I just like mind control plots in movies. And yeah, like, it's a good time. This is definitely a good movie, but sometimes the movie can be a bit too much. Like, a big aspect is SpongeBob's and Patrick's immaturity, and it can be testing at times. This movie does get annoying every now and again, and all the heartfelt elements I didn't really care for. So, it's not great, it's not a movie I watch often, but it is still a good time. It's funny enough, I like the plot enough, I like the animation, the voice cast is good. It's just a good, solid, out there weird movie. So I'm giving the SpongeBob SquarePants movie a 7 out of 10. Okay, have you seen the SpongeBob SquarePants movie? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.